This is an Asus Vivobook, and what I'm going to do is try to attempt to fix the hinges. So other than this, the computer works actually pretty well, but you can see that it's quite hard to open. It's very stiff on pulling it open and close, and eventually this stiffness has essentially led to this separation within the mechanism. You can see the more I push on it, the more the screen is separating from the frame. And over time, that's just going to get worse and totally break off. It will be a shame for it not to work anymore. So I'm going to attempt to pull it apart, see how it's put together, and then see what we can do to repair it, if that's possible. Yeah. So I'm going to take out these screws. Little clips all the way around, beautiful. All right, cool. Step one. So look here and see if anything is broken. Okay, nothing here seems broken, but all the shielding, bit of dust and stuff from the fan. That all looks okay. So let's look here. We've got this, we've got this. This is the spring mechanism they use to make it, you know, so it just doesn't flop open, to keep some resistance basically. And this whole casing seems to have just broken apart. It's not really broken, it's got a clip. You can see how this is like just come apart. Maybe it'll clip, maybe something else is broken, I don't know. And maybe it's something to do with the screen. So it looks like these mechanisms here are tied to the spring, so these things are also sort of a part of the fixture, bolting it to the frame. What I should do is remove the battery, at least unplug it. So I'm just going to unplug that. And these things will have their own various ways of opening. Okay, there we go. We push it forward. It seems to maybe release something. And now, undo this here. There we go. And this side as well. Okay. Always a balance. How much force to apply? Pull it up. That should work. This one, technically, I don't want it to damage the screen, but let's see. Okay, that's working. Now we want to see if this can. Where do we got to pull it? Okay, you see. All right, you can see it's coming apart now. And we're looking. This is the maybe the screen assembly, the screen cable. Wow, it's not many cables. This is a shielding across. Wow, they've run it across the motor. Whoa. All right. So it goes through here. I might need to split this one to get this cable out. And then it goes here. Oh, sweet. So maybe I need to pull out the heatsink. So now let's see if I can take the base off. Boom! There we are. And we have a screen. That is great. What we need to do now is see why the screen is actually tearing apart. See here, it's quite firm. Whereas the broken one, you can see it's like all flimsy. So something inside behind the screen has broken. We're going to have to pull the screen apart. Okay. A very rudimentary camera setup. This is actually one of my first videos. I've done a couple others, but I haven't really pushed them out. What's behind these things? I hope they're not screws. Shall we check? Screws. Alright. Oh, screws. You know, sometimes we take out too many things. Sometimes not enough. Actually, you can see here the screw is actually ripped through this plastic, whereas on the other side it did not. So yeah, lots of stressful forces here. Let's jiggle this out. These are loosely attached. Looks looks like these things are broken. I don't know, I have to check it a bit more. Maybe they're just plastic that hold on these hinges and that's all. Nothing broken, just... It's not good. Okay, let's take a look. Okay. Can you see this? You see how these little copper or brass like nuts, these are usually embedded into the plastic, and they are what you fasten with your screws. As you can see, they have all broken out of the plastic. With any luck, one could glue this down, but it will become quite unrepairable if this whole thing just gets, you know, glued down, right? We'll have to see if there's any way to address this. And this, maybe I could take these nuts off, glue them down with some very solid glue, and that would make it reasonably workable. We look over here and we take these out just to compare them. I think we'll see some interesting things. Let's see. This is how the brass nuts are supposed to be fixed into the computer, to the casing, the mold, the plastic mold. So I need to still take out the screen, which is a pain, because if I want to try to fix all this up, I really don't want this. I need to get access in there, clean it up a bit. Let's try and take off the screen. Okay. Hopefully that's all. Let's see. Very delicate. Oh, sweet. Okay. Anything? You can see that here, I hope. The easiest thing to do is just unplug this little guy. Okay. Of course, the whole thing came off. Try not to dislocate it. Okay. What I'm going to do is to see if I can just take these things off. came off. You can see here, this is the plastic that came off the cover. Just great. Put that one aside. And then we got these. That's it. The next thing is to have a think about what we're going to do with these. Most likely I can use some epoxy glue and really just fasten these guys into place. And once they're solid, then that'll be it for them. And maybe for this one I might even put more epoxy around it. But I think more importantly it's going to be looking at reducing the tension in these springs, because I tell you they're really hard to to open and close. Let's just see. Let me hold on to this. See how hard that is? It's quite hard. That's why when I first opened it's like, what are they trying to stop people using the computer? It's so hard. So I think looking at this mechanism here and seeing what we can do to make it less hard. It could be just a matter of, you know, loosening the nut. I don't know, haven't tried. We'll see. That's probably the easiest thing to do, is just loosen up this, make it not so hard. Then we'll glue these nuts back in, and we won't have any issue of overstressing them when we try to open and close the computer again. What I'm going to do, I believe, is to clean this up and sort of screw these into this, and then just place this in there, and somehow put the glue underneath and just get it to stick first in the right place. Then once they're stuck, I'll take this off again and then properly glue around them. Let's clean these up a little bit. Now you see this screw here. Just take this off. Okay. Let's see how this goes. Now this goes like that. And sit flat, just like that. Beautiful. Okay, let me get the glue ready. Okay, I've got some glue. I put a magnet underneath here to attract the top part so it stays relatively stable. Attempt to just put a little bit of glue. you see a little bit of a problem. I don't want to glue the bracket. This one is a bit more tricky. Okay, after gluing, just checking the screws. I'm turning this one seems okay. Not really moving easily. The magnet is grabbing my screwdriver. This one also seems okay. This one I cannot tell. This center one, I have to take it off. And then the magnet. And this one, let's see. I'm seeing it's still moving in there. You can see that, which means the glue hasn't really gotten that one. It means I'll have to do that again. Let's get the glue in there. I'd have to chop away some of this plastic here so I can get in there better. Yeah. Okay, let's give that a try. I'll clean that out a bit and then reapply the glue. I've cut a piece away, some plastic in here, but I thought maybe there's a bit of glue holding that nut in place. So I'm going to just take a look and take off the screws and see how many of them actually manage to stick. If the screw comes out, that's a good sign. This one's not coming out, which means the nut is not grabbing. And this one is. Okay, so we have a number of successes here. See, the magnet's doing its job. If I lift this, it should come out. There you go. So one didn't stick. This one does have some glue, but not enough, and that's why it was still turning. This had none at all. Maybe I can put a little bit around here and put it back and let that glue grab it. So if I put the glue and then attach this in place, that might do the trick. Yeah, let's do that. It's so hard to get in there. We'll put some glue inside and we'll put some glue on the nut itself. And see how that goes. Okay, I'm gonna mix up another batch. Just in the right places. Not too much at this point. Oh, this screw is pretty crazy. Okay. Just the slightest amount. I don't want the nut gluing to this metal piece here, the bracket. So I have to be very careful. Okay. Let's get a little bit courageous. Just at the edge. Okay. Hopefully that's enough. The screw's not all the way down. Let's put this in. Actually, this glue's a bit of a thing to mix, so I'm gonna add more glue for the existing ones. That'll help. Again, not on the top. I don't want these things sticking to the bracket. I'll do a proper swab of glue at some point. But this glue dries quite quick once you've mixed the epoxy, so okay, that's in place. Going to give this a bit of a jiggle, and then I'm going to just ever so slightly put these screws in so that I know they are at least aligning. My little lab here, the glue is a bit overwhelming. I got to get myself a good air filter. Okay, I think that will do for now. Let's hope that that does the job we're looking for. Okay, I'm going to see while the other parts are drying, I'm going to see if I can loosen this up a little bit. Not sure how. We'll see. I tested this roughly with a bag weight, you know, a little handle with a scale on it to see how heavy your bags are, and this pulling force is almost, or is around a kilo of force to open and close this. So you can imagine on those little screws in the plastic, it's quite a bit of force. Now this is actually this is on the motherboard, this part, and this part is on the screen. So as we're pulling the screen open and close, there's quite a bit of force. So what I want to see here, if I can loosen this up, because while I have glued things, I don't necessarily have a lot of faith in how long that glue will last at this strength. So I'm going to take out this nut and be wary of a spring here and see if there's any way to loosen it. Okay, now I've got my trusty little spanner here, and let's see what happens. Oh, look at that. It's already so much looser just by loosening that nut a bit. So that should be easy then. So I'm just gonna tighten it up a little bit. Yeah, okay, just like that is enough. I just want to open and close it. I mean, I get if you want to hold the screen like this, I should say like this, you don't want it flopping down on you, right? Because it would just flop down. It won't be able to stay up on an angle, but typically it's opened up. If it's opened up like this, I think that's fine, you know. And I can tighten it a little bit more. Let's see what that feels like. Yeah, it's definitely less than what it was before. I can do it easily with my hands now. So looking at that, if I was to just get a bit of a feel of that, actually just use this. If I open and close the screen like this, that's just nice. Actually, I think that should be fine. So I will, yeah, try to get the same amount of force on both sides roughly, and then I think we're good to go. Glad that was an easy fix. Awesome. Okay, I'm back with this. Now it's only been 20-30 minutes actually since I've put the last glue. I don't want to wait too long. It's pretty strong glue, so, and it dries quite fast. It does take about 24 hours to be solid, but it should have dried enough to at least test the stiction here. So let's start with the middle screw and see if that one comes up. Ah, yes, it's coming up. That's great. So this one comes out. This one comes out. Okay. Now I've taken the magnet out of the way. This is a good old strong magnet from an old hard drive. Because I don't want to be able to yank this too hard that I break something. Do it gently in case the glue is stuck to something. Alright, jiggle a bit. Yeah, there is a bit of glue, but okay, not so bad. Great, let's have a look. Quite tight, yep. Oh, great. Okay, they're all glued into place, which is fantastic. Okay, I'm going to put glue. Okay. Gonna lay it on relatively thick. Okay, it's been a couple of days. I've let the glue dry nicely. It's actually quite hard. It should do a pretty good job of keeping things in place. One thing I noticed, it's a little bit wobbly, and that's because you can see the glue under here sort of bumped in against this bracket. So what I'm going to do is clean that glue out so this thing can sit down nice and flat again. Shouldn't be too difficult. Just chop out here. Yep, looks pretty good. Okay, so now I think we can start assembling, although this bracket I don't have not loosened up, so I think I better do that first. At least I don't think so. Okay, this one's still a bit stiffer. I think that will do. Okay, good enough. Now I'm going to see if I can reassemble this guy to make sure everything is going to work. See how easy this is to open. Okay, that was one of my concerns. It's a bit floppy. If you can see that, it sort of just falls. Yeah, lucky I checked. We'll need to tighten that up a little bit. I think I can do that without opening it up. Looks good. Open up. Switch on. Yes, working computer again. Fantastic. And that's it for now. So although this was not an electrical issue, it was a mechanical issue. And I think you can see, you know, the difference between plastic casing and, you know, metal cut, so to speak. There's a big difference in terms of durability. But plastic is lighter and cheaper. So keep in mind on that next time you buy a computer. Take a look at some of the reviews online about the models and see what you find that comes up. Okay, thank you for watching. Yeah, hopefully you got something from this. It's one of my first videos, so welcome any feedback. Hopefully do more interesting videos as we move forward. Thank you.